Gloria, is that supposed to be a brain fart? Yes, I'm having a brain fart. I always have brain farts. At this point, I have more farts than brain in my head. Alright. Well, thank you for acknowledging me that I only have brain farts in my head. Okay, so let's start this up. So we will be playing some Oxygen Not Included. It's going to be a cozy, chill, and relaxing time, and we will be, of course, playing a survival. For anybody who doesn't know, Oxygen Not Included is essentially a colony simulation game where you try to have a colony of little, well, duplicants, which is another term for retards, the way they behave in this game. But they are very amusing and they're very delightful and they are very enjoyable and endearing. We'll be playing for my first colony on stream anyway. I've actually played all of these at least once by now, and this one is the only one that I have difficulties with because managing heat is difficult. So we will start with this one, the ideal one. This one has no modifiers. This one is essentially the same thing, but it has modifiers. But I'm gonna start with this one. So, we now have a very important task ahead of us, which is to determine what name I'm going to be using on this colony. Of course, when it decides to load up. Okay, the hip shack. No, that's not good enough. It has to be something sillier than the hip shack. Space station. The needy space hut. Acidic beyond. No. Let's go with the space snot bucket. Because that's essentially snot cucket. What is a cucket? I have no idea. I can't type, I can't think, I can't act. Okay, so the way I usually start these is I want one researcher, one digger, and one builder. I could randomize them. Let's see. 7 science, that's what we want. No taste, which is good because he gets more morale, and he gets allergies. Allergies are really not a big deal for the most part, so that wouldn't be a bad thing. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it. Then I want a builder, 7 construction, uncultured, and slow learner. Do I want that? Slow learner has decreased science, but he's good with anything else. No. Can't do cooking, no. Can't do doctoring, that's fine. We just essentially need 1, eventually 2 people who can do doctoring, so it's not that important. Really. And the third one is going to be a digger. So we will only have 1 person who is able to do doctoring. He has machinery as well as an interest, which is good. So we'll have him, well her, and him. That should do just fine. Let's embark on the space snot bucket. And immediately pause the game. Let us see what our surrounding is. Ooh, that's some weird water physics there. Water isn't supposed to behave like that. Anyway, let's see. So this is what the hell? Something hot is over there. We have slime. We have more slime. I don't like that most of the copper is so far away from me, but we can dig through it. Okay, yeah, I guess we will build upwards here and downwards here. That's fine. So the first thing that we want to do is dig this way, and I will need some metal though. So let us dig this way first, so I can get some metal. And then we'll work on this side to get some. And immediately putting at top speed because I'm not playing this for the first time and it's fine. So what I usually want to do first is I want to get the outhouses built so that they don't pee all over the place. And I want to do them over here on this side, but I need some metal first. Well, not technically, I don't need metal, but I want metal. Okay, now let's pause that and do some planning. I always like to plan my buildings ahead, and I have a specific way of doing things. So I'm going to have people sleeping up here, and I would like to have 5 beds, and they will have each their own room. So it's going to be like that, and this, and this, and this, and this. And the reason I'm doing this already is because I want to know how far away my bathroom needs to be. So it's going to be over here. So now I can tell them to dig that up and can immediately focus on building up the toilets. We want that to be done before the cycle ends. Otherwise they're going to pee on the floor, which would be bad. We don't want them to pee on the floor. 3 immediately. Okay. So I would like you to do this first and then deal with anything else, please, and thank you. Otherwise they're going to be pee all over the place, and I would prefer not to do that. 1, because of germs, secondly because it's disgusting, and thirdly because it's a pain in the ass to store the polluted water somewhere. I would like to know, why did you climb on top of the hill and start digging from the middle instead of going naturally? Duplicants are already being delightful retards. Okay. That's actually going well now. Danger of peeing on the floor averted. There's no water in this, but that's fine. I also left space because I'm gonna do another wash basin here. Next step is going to be reach this water over here. I see that it's balanced out. I actually have quite a lot of water on this map, and I like that. I'm gonna use this area as a reservoir for water. So I'm gonna get all of this water in here as well. That way I can have all of it in one place. Okay. So water is next. Yeah, I didn't give you the places. You sleep on the floor for the first time, which is fine. The little shine bug is keeping them awake, which is unfortunate, but it's fine. You're gonna have proper places to sleep as of next evening, so bear with it. Actually, no, I don't want you to do that yet. They need to get to the water so they can use that in the wash basin. And I'm thinking, I'm actually gonna draw the water from this level, because they can jump 2 fields, but I will be releasing this water in here as well, so this water level will rise. So let them dig this up first. No idling. Why are you idle? Ren, why are you idle? There is plenty of room for you to dig there as well. Why are you idling? Lazy boy. Yeah, sand has gravity, so if I'm not careful, they could get pretty much buried, which would be bad. Found some muckroot as well, which is good for starter food, and let us build this. Okay, now let them build up their sleeping space so that they can get some room bonuses. Well, the first bonus is just not sleeping on the ground. So things have changed since the early Oxygen, including games where there was essentially just a stress level. Now they have morale instead, and if they're doing something that exceeds their morale expectations, they get stressed. And easiest way to do some morale bonuses early game on is to make a simple toilet and their own rooms. You could just make a barracks with multiple beds in one room, but I prefer to giving them their own room already from this early start, because that way I don't have to deal with it later on and I don't have to restructure anything. I already know what size I want their rooms to be, so it's fine. And since I still have Oxalite, I don't have to worry about Oxygen yet. Oxygen is not included in the base, but it's being released by this Oxalite. There's still some of it, and yeah, Oxygen levels are still good, so I don't have to worry about that yet. So for the next cycle, I'm actually gonna start up the research. Did I get enough metal for it though? Somehow I don't think so. I actually have over almost 2 tons of metal, so we can start doing this. Nope. And we're gonna put down the research over here. Connect everything with wires. And there we go. And now we wait for them to do it. Okay, only one person is to do research, and that's Rowan, because he has the science. I don't want the rest of you to do research. In fact, I want you to prioritize your own preferences, so Ellie is the builder, Ren is the digger. They will do those tasks first before they move to anything else. I have 19,000 calories, which is a good start, but I want to start growing my own food as soon as possible, because the muck roots are not gonna last very long time. I say so and I get additional 2,000 calories. Okay, research. First, I always do the planters, so we can start growing our own food instead of just relying on whatever's on the field. Okay, so now that you two have nothing to do, we can start with the rest of this. So we can finish this. Actually, this probably is already a room. No, it isn't, yeah, because it's open here. So we're gonna get their first bonus by making this into a proper lavatory. There we go. That wasn't planned. Sorry about that. At one point I will have to release this water into this puddle as well, because I'm going to be building over here. A lot of CO2. That's... ooh, even more water. Oh, this is a good start. I will need to release this water into it as well. Do I want another one at already? I'm not really sure. Abe is +7 machinery, and that's good. He also can't do cooking though. He can't do digging. It's fine because I'm only want to have one chef anyway. And with +7 machinery. Yeah, let's just take him. I don't take a lot of duplicates early game because each duplicate also means more oxygen being used, and it also means... yeah, okay. It also means more food being used, so we don't want to do that. So for the time being, planters are researched, so we will move on to other things. Advanced research. And I usually pause the game for making tactical decisions because I am careful about these things. With oxygen not included, it's important to things think I can't speak today. Think things through, because any mistake that you make can get progressively worse and worse. Because it's easy to fix. You can always dig yourself out of a situation, but the worse it gets, the harder it is to dig yourself out of it. And temperature is one of the worst things that can happen. On an ideal asteroid, you actually have a very slow temperature crawl. So this temperature, there is no abyssalite between these biomes, so this temperature will bleed into our starting biome. However, it does... oh, we have something here. And it'll do it so very slowly. And this is a peculiar thing. So there is a tiny ice biome here. Is this also ice? No, this is sandstone. Some good iron ore here, but this here. So this is what's the this is an infinite source, geyser. So this is a geyser of something. Consider this is cold. It could be a slushy geyser, polluted water geyser. Hopefully, don't know what it is. There's a lot of heat sources down here that will bleed into our... it's not going to be such an issue once we get temperature isolation but insulation, but right now we don't have any insulation. Fortunately, it moves on this asteroid, it moves very slowly, so it's not going to be an issue, hopefully, unless I screw something up and create a lot of heat myself, which I definitely should not do. Okay, what we want now is let's line up some digging errands and some building errands for them, so to keep them occupied for a while. I'm going to release the CO2. CO2 is heavier than air, so that will sink down. And why are you... ah, because it's downtime. We can actually sort their schedules out. I didn't build them a relaxation room yet, and I've made an error here from the way I do it. So I like to have this gap between chairs. Essentially, I have to move this whole thing one field to the left. Because it's on the wrong thing. And I hope you all do that immediately so I can fix that. Thank you. So essentially, I miscalculated. I need this to be 2 fields off the edges because there's going to be a wall here, and then 3 fields between them. So I was off by 1 block. See? You don't pay attention for 1 moment and errors start to happen. Okay, I'm gonna raise the priority because I want them to build those beds now. Okay. Fortunately, this was a minor error on my part. And it's not something that's really important. You can build them any way you'd like to. It's just this is how I do things. And it has served me well so far. Okay, is this now a room? Yes, so you see now this is a latrine. Latrine gives them a bonus now. So they have a morale bonus. So their morale is now currently 3, 1, 2, 4. So it's their current morale. As long as their morale value is higher than what they expect it to be, they will be fine. Once that becomes lower, then they get unhappy. Okay, I think I made too many. If I'm not mistaken, a farm can only be... How much is a farm? A greenhouse, not a farm. 96 tiles, so that is 19 times 4. Yeah, it's fine, actually. You can have it all the way. I want a lot of these planters because I will be making a lot of food so I can get more duplicants later. No, no, don't catch your breath over there. And no, no, no. Okay. They have a tendency of building themselves into the wall. Okay, so you don't have any research going, so let's first give you something to do. And I want deodorizers right now, so let's have them research this, because that's gonna go here. And you, I want mealwood here. Can line this up as well. Something for them to do in the morning. And then I'm going to enclose them in their own room so that they get some morale bonus from having their own rooms. They don't get a lot of morale bonus, but they just get just enough for early start. I can get more morale bonus by giving them better decor, but it's too early for that. If you hear any banging, I apologize. That's just my wife in the other room banging something, nailing something into the wall. Probably a picture of me that she's going to ritually burn. More food, which is great. I'm going to immediately allow them to dig above. Maybe get into that. There's some food there. It takes, I believe, 3 cycles when it's domesticated. 3 cycles, so it takes 3 days for these things to grow fully when they're domesticated. It takes longer when they're wild. The wild, it is 12 cycles, so it's 12 days when it's a wild one. Okay, let's dig this out as well. I like to plan rooms out even though I'm not working on them, and I'm not gonna make a greenhouse of this right now because I don't have any fertilizer yet. Oh, at least I think I don't. I do actually. 50 kilograms, that's not enough. It takes 5 kilograms of fertilizer for each plant, so at this point it's pointless to do that. And I'm going to start making this into its final shape. I like to have 5 of these. I'm only making 1 of these wash basins because I only want them to wash their hands when they're coming out of the bathroom. So I don't care how they enter into this room, but I want them to be clean when they get out of the room. I'm gonna put another one there as well because I'm gonna have more duplicants. Missing research station. Ah yes, I forgot. I also need to put in a supercomputer. I'm gonna put a gap here between because these things produce heat, and I will need to do something about that over here later on. Also, I will need better batteries than this. Oh, and I also need an oxygen generator now. We have reached a point where we no longer have any oxalite, and we need oxygen. There's plenty of algae all the way. I mean, this whole place is pretty much built out of algae, and that's gonna hold me until we make a more stable oxygen generation with oxalite. Well, not really sure which oxygen generation system I'm going to go for. I could actually go with the polluted water. That wouldn't be a bad one. But I think I'm just gonna go with a regular route of making it out of oxidizers. For the time being, the oxygen diffuser will do just fine. I would like you to build that before you build anything else though, because people have to breed. And I'm gonna put a priority to the oxygen diffuser to 9, and I'm gonna put the generator to 7, because I want them to immediately go for these when they run out, so that the oxygen keeps getting made. And nobody can actually do science of this level right now. Let's see. Oh yes, they can. So you are getting promoted to advanced researcher. Ren, you are gonna be advanced digger, and you are improved tinkerer. Oh no 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 no, Abe. You are a tinkerer, yes. You love tinkering, so you will always be humping the machines, but should I invest the first point into that? Farming would be more useful at the moment. No, I'm gonna wait for a proper farmer. You're just gonna be a tinkerer. Also, you're all gonna get hats for what you are. Advanced researcher. Ellie doesn't have one yet. And you are a hard digger. Excellent. There we go. Everybody gets hats. There should be some extra morale coming out of this. Yeah, so you see, now we have some morale bonus. Every bit of morale helps, because I can demand more stuff from them and they won't get stressed out. So as you can see, this now makes oxygen, and a single one will do for this amount of dupes just fine. You can see that the last oxygen we produced, last cycle we produced 0 oxygen, because all of our oxygen rocks evaporated. So this will improve next cycle. A single one is fine for a while. Okay, we're doing fine. 47 seconds until the next printout. Let's let them dig this out. I'm gonna put a door there. Well, the thing is, yes, Mima would be a good one. Again, with the gastrophobia, can't do cooking. Because it's a good excavator, but I'm not moving from 4 duplicates just yet, so I'm just gonna take the Joya seeds and that's it. Joya seeds are pretty much useless. They are just well, you can plant them for decoration, but that's it. Speaking of decoration, I should probably start giving them their... Well, I can't do any yet. I have to research the first decor. It's kind of low on my list of priorities right now. I want to get this research now done, so I can build deodorizers, so I can clear any polluted oxygen that ends up in my base. Because these things, when they're full, And when they unplug them... No, I will not decorate now, Gloria. Thank you very much, but everything has its own place and time. It's too early to do decorating. Also, I can't do any decorating until I actually research decorating. And that's down here. See? This. But I want this to be done first because I need these, the odorizers. They clear out polluted oxygen. When they have to clean these toilets out, and they will because these are just poop houses. So when they clear out the poops, you see that meter? When that's full, they will clear out the poop inside. And that will produce a bottle of polluted water and polluted dirt. That will emit polluted oxygen, which I don't want to be circulating around the base because it'll be full of germs. So. Gloria, you're mean. Don't unsubscribe just because I'm refusing to do decorating right now. I will do decorating later, I promise. There will be some decorating. They will have planter pots and they will have carpets and I will put statues all over the place. I will even give them pets. They will have pets. They will have pets over here. Later. I have to make them survive first. Pets and decorating comes later, when they can survive. They can't survive yet. So no decorating just yet. Instead, what I want to do is better batteries. So because you I am sorry, Gloria, that you are offended. Offended? Offended. I don't know what word that is, but I am very sorry. But see, this guy has to run on this little hamster wheel to make power. And he has to do it often because these batteries are poop. I want him to give a better battery so that he can have... Do you want Abe? Do you want Abe to drop dead? We don't want Abe to drop dead. If Abe drops dead, we lose power. See? And he will do that. He will have to do that in 2 minutes because this generator is shit and these batteries are poop. So we want to have better battery. I think actually research better batteries while we were talking about better batteries. Okay. Decor items. At least the primary ones. I'll be able to give them a decor room. Well, not decor room. The room where they can have fun. But what the important thing is that they did make this for the odorizer, so I can put this thing down now. And you can see how the pressure is equalizing, so we are getting lots of oxygen. And you are on a 9 because this doesn't do often, and it's fine. Now I need to free up this room. Now I have to decide where am I going to make the room for... Oh, excellent, this was done fast. Okay, so what do I need next? Thermal insulation, temperature modulation, that would be good, but we also want to have plumbing, so plumbing is next. And I can remove these batteries now and put in a proper battery. Next cycle. We're not dropping in the terms of food, which is good, and I guess next what we need to do is give them a proper place to eat, because right now they're eating on the floor. I don't know what this is all germed up. You did not wash your hands, Ren and Ellie. You have not washed your hands. You're full of germs. You are absolutely disgusting. And now your beds are full of germs. Wash your damn hands. Don't get COVID into the base. You're gonna get COVID in the base. Okay, let's make this priority 9 because since we don't have a battery now, poor Abe has to constantly run. Abe, be strong, Abe. You are currently the only electricity provider in the base. See, Ren is giving you some motivation there.